Hi, everyone. My particular area of interest is teaching and learning in medicine, which worked out really well for me because there is actually a publication called Teaching and Learning in Medicine. Now, it is not necessarily an instructional design publication, but it is about both the teaching and the learning side in the medical field. It is a publication that is strictly online. There is a new volume assigned every year. We're currently in volume 34 for 2022. You can see that it goes back every year for a very long time. One might even say 34 years. Um, the publication itself is broken down into several different categories, starting with a letter from the editor, what they call groundwork, which, as you can see, looking through here, has a lot to do with basically the basics of medical school and how it applies to different, if you will, uh, ethnicities and other categories that are found within medical schools. When you continue on down, we have some observations, which has to do with um, things that are being observed in the medical education field. For example, gun violence education in medical school, call to action. This was brought out because when they took a look at what was being taught in the curriculum in medical school, there really wasn't a whole lot regarding gun violence education. And they'd obviously like to change that. And then as you go through, there's different series that are also here. Uh, the publication itself, as I said, is put out. The volumes are once a year. The different issues come out about once every 3 months, although it does appear to vary slightly. Here we are in July, and we're in issue 3. That being said, they also release articles as they are coming out, and there are different ways for people to publish their articles, and it's all outlined right here. There's different information about this articles. They had a really good aim and scope of what they were trying to get with this particular publication. Um, it overall was just a very interesting publication that pertained to both learning, teaching, and medical, which worked out very well for me. You target audience is obviously going to be people who are either educating or being educated in medical field and or medical school. Uh, Overall, it was a very interesting um, publication. Of course, you do need to pay for your subscription, but thankfully, through FSU's library, I had full access to all the articles that are in here. The organization that I found looked very interesting to me was the Association for Educational Communications and Technology. Uh, Interesting part about this particular um, organization, and I'm sorry, I should have brought it up on their home screen. Um, the interesting part about this organization were the different divisions that were in here. So if you were more interested in the culture or the learning and technology, they have a division for that, design and development, distance learning, so on and so forth. They have a significant list of different divisions. So if the general category of um, educational communication and technology is too broad for you, you can actually drill down into the different divisions, and they have a lot of different social networks that are in here. People, as far as testimonials, talked a lot about, and it was not on their page; it was on different reviews of the organization. But a lot of people who make friends and actually find mentors within this organization. So that was also very interesting. The target membership is obviously going to be people who are doing educational communications and technology, ID people, people who are educating through distance learning, etc. The very large audience, but very applicable to our fields. As far as membership requirements, you must pay your dues, obviously. That's kind of with just about everything. Um, but they would like people who have something within one or more of these different divisions before they just don't let anybody in. As far as conferences and events, they do have a conference every year. They already have the stuff out for 2023 as well. This one's going to be in Las Vegas, which is always a fun place to go. And if you're in government, remember It's very difficult to get the funding and the approval to go to Las Vegas, but Clark County, Nevada, is much easier to get approval from your supervisors. Just throwing that out there as a tidbit to help. And when you look through the different membership categories, if you will, I mean, if you're a student and retired, K through 12, international, student, non-member, I mean, they definitely cater to a lot of different ways, try and get people there, different price levels, so on and so forth. Um, as far as strengths, I think the diversity of their actual um, membership and the willingness of the people to network and help you, or at least talk to you. Professional development, both the members and different tidbits that they have within their website and or the organization, which I obviously don't have full access to because I'm not a member. But from the reviews, both on and off their website, definitely appears to be a strength. Um, that's kind of what I found with this particular organization. I hope this is helpful. I don't know if anybody in the class is an actual member, but it appears to be interesting, and I'd love to hear some feedback. Thanks, and hope you're having a great week.